Coach Riley T. Chase here. We are taking a sneak peek at my book, The 30 Days to an Anxiety-Free Life, that'll be coming out on Amazon shortly. Today, we are looking at daily and morning, nightly gratitudes. Okay, so people go, well, I don't really believe in this stuff, this gratitude stuff. Why do I have to do it? Well, I'll tell you. I talked about before that in science, we've some scientists have done some research that have shown that you can measure frequencies off a body on somebody else's EEG scanner. An EEG scanner is a brain scanner that if somebody 10 feet away from me and has an EEG scanner on, and I think an emotional impacted thought, love, gratitude, and oneness are thoughts that can reach out 10 feet away, 10 feet, 10 feet. So it's a frequency that also is known to help change the cells in our body and change what's happening in our body. So gratitude is one of these fantastic things. I know you've heard it before. I know you've read it before, but this is a real key in changing anxiety. Okay, we want to change what's happening in the body and what's happening in our organs and our cells, all the things down to that little itty bitty level. So this is what we're doing. So you're going to go and you're going to keep journaling what you're journaling and doing what you're doing. Okay, we're not stopping that. Now you've been on your calendar, you've been marking happy faces for when you're doing, straight faces when you forget. But most of them, if you're doing most of them, you should always have a happy face. Okay, if you do 3 out of 4, happy face. If you do 6 out of 8, happy face. You're doing a really good job, and you've been changing the steps on what's been happening, altering, like, okay, this was my negative thought, now I want to change it to this positive thought. Beautiful, beautiful. So now we want to add in some gratitude, so we set the subconscious mind in a different place. All right, so you're gonna go before bed. This one's super important. People don't realize that before bed, because this works all night long in programming your brain. So before bed, whether you're sitting there in bed and on your nightstand, you have your nice little journal here, okay, whatever you wanna do, take your journal and journal what you're, in there, some gratitudes. Now, start with a list of 10. For me, I'm lucky, I have all my fingers and my toes. That's where I had to start. I was so utterly awful in this awful feeling and anxiety. I had to start with like all my fingers and my toes. And that I liked the color of my eyes, that they were green. I was grateful for the color of my eyes. I was grateful that the sun rose every day, although sometimes I wasn't so sure. But I did. I did things like that. I was grateful for maybe my favorite pair of shoes. I really worked hard on anything I could possibly bring up, anything. And some days I repeated, and some days I really tried to find something new. Okay. But one of the key steps is to also really concentrate on something you're really grateful for prior. Okay, so I was lucky enough that I have one daughter, and I have a moment that when I was holding her and I was rocking her as a baby, she before or as I was having my anxiety, but I was rocking her and I was singing her a little lullaby. Her left little hand came up to my cheek and said, "I love you, Mama," without words, because she was so little she didn't say, but she said it in her eyes, and that moment filled me with love, filled me with so much love, that I use that moment whenever I'm not right and I have anxiety or stress. I can use that moment and it'll center me and create gratitude for me. So find a moment. It can be a puppy, it can be a kitten, it can be a bird, it can be a best friend, it can be a wedding, it can be whatever it is. A moment that you cherish, that you love. It can be you walking in the forest, just being alone. That moment of gratitude, whatever it is, connect with that moment and then write the list so you really feel it. So you center it through your body, you create change in your body. And say that I'm creating change because I feel gratitude. Then you do that again in the morning, and then you go through the rest of the day like we've talked about before. Okay, so pretty simple add-in, but very important add-in. So you're going to keep doing this for the next, finishing your 30 days. okay? Or for the rest of your life if you like it well enough, like I do. So thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that bell button. I want to hear from you. So ticky tap on those T's. How is this going for you? What are the changes you have already seen? All right. Take care, everyone.